So I'd like to invite Cynthia Stott to the stage. Cynthia Stott, personal branding. Personal branding, Cynthia Stott.
Thank you, Jeannie. Great. So personal branding. Most of us are entrepreneurs and we want to be known a certain way out in the world. And that's what we call personal branding. So you take your credibility and what's unique about you and you share it with the world and you connect with your people that I say are waiting for you, specifically for you. That like a thumbprint, you're unique and special in every way. And your thumbprint is different than any human living on the planet. There's 7 or 8 billion of us. And how many billion have lived for all since we humans have populated the earth? No one has your same thumbprint. And your personal branding is like your thumbprint, especially for your business out in the world. So I'm going to start with 3 concepts. The 3 concepts are core values, who you are, and aligning the inside with the outside and remembering that true beauty comes from the inside, and also your skills and your talents, your uniqueness that you offer to the world. So first of all, for core values, what is it that you value? What is important to you? Now in Toastmasters International, the core values are integrity, respect, excellence, and service. And maybe some of those align with you. So think about what you want to share with the world and what matters most to you, your core values. And as Simon Sinek said in his amazing TED Talk, I absolutely recommend that you look that up, called Start With Your Why. He talks about making an I believe statement. I believe, and I'm committed to statement. What are you committed to? And what matters to me most is, and complete that sentence. So I'm going to ask you just right now in the chat to put either I believe and finish that statement, I'm committed to and finish that statement, or what matters most to me is. And these are really powerful statements. In fact, after I watched Simon Sinek's TED Talk, I noticed that Cheerios, the breakfast cereal, had on its box top, "We believe." And I thought, how interesting that they adopted that. And he says that why Apple was so successful is because people believed in what Apple believed in. And then they were willing to follow them with whatever product they have. So sometimes maybe you've been given a speech and someone said, I don't care what you're selling, I'm buying, because they're buying you. And that's when they can really see you and feel you and understand you and see what your perspective is to the world. And I'm going to ask Michelle Peticolas, could you read for me what's in the chat? Because when I read, it takes me off camera.
So what it is in the chat is, Jean says, I believe that we each have a unique talent to share. Kimmy says, what matters most to me is that children are raised in loving homes where their parents stay together, whether their parents stay together or not. Jean says, I'm committed to validating each talent when I see it. Kimmy says, I'm committed to helping men and women understand each other so they can experience more peace, love, and connection. Jean says, what matters most is that we learn to validate and respect each other. Deb says, I believe that we are unlimited and abundant beings temporarily inhabiting a body. I'm committed to helping women own their greatness. What matters most to me is peace, joy, and spiritual growth. Karina says, I believe we are all one, and I'm committed to helping others. My freedom is important, and my relationship with God. And Kimmy says, my why, I stand for love, connection, joy, vibrancy, and integrity. And Michael Ann says, I believe we are each doing the best we can with the resources we have at the time. And I was about to write mine, but I didn't get a chance to write it because I was too busy reading. But I believe that we all come into the world as spiritual beings, and that we're having a human adventure, and that being human beings has a certain traumatic element, which is both part of our journey of discovering why we're here, and also the ground of where we get our special talents.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that's your I believe statement. And wow, we're already agreeing. The next one is aligning the inside and the outside with who you are, and remembering that true beauty lies within. And I was reminded of that when I went on my kite surfing adventure. And at the end, I had blonde dreadlocks and I looked like something the cat dragged in. But I went to my local sushi restaurant. And the way that so 6 men at one table, the way they were looking at me after I shared my story of my harrowing experience and how I overcame my fears, I never looked more beautiful in my life. So when we're fully alive and aligned with who we are, that's when we're the most beautiful, and that's when we're the most impactful. And then you want to share about your skills and your talents. And a lot of those skills you can get right here at Toastmasters. You can get leadership skills, up the yin yang. You can get speaking abilities and training and evaluations. And you can use that to help you share your message with the world. Because I believe that your people are waiting for you. In fact, they are praying for you. And you are the answer to their prayers. And you have your unique gifts and talents that no one else does, what you do, how you do it. And so you're meant for those people you are meant to serve most. Your people are waiting for you. Let them see who you are. I'm Cynthia, and I'm always complete. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.